Okay, so I'm making this video, well, for two reasons. I got another one. It's a little bit different model. And to address a couple of comments that I've gotten in the last video. Um, the last one was on this one. This is the Mikov Predator. I think it's a model 241. A real stag. Scales on it. And it's a lever lock. Very high quality. Very well built. Worth every penny. Very happy. And the lever lock is this. So I'm going to hold the blade down with my thumb there so it doesn't come out. So if you look right here, there's a little leaf spring that runs back in here and it's pinned to the frame. And there's a pin right here, that little square pin that goes down into the blade. And that's what locks it open and locks it closed. And also releases it when you lever up on it. So if you see right there, you can see how it works. And that functions both ways. Now this one, it's a little stiffer. You can open it that way. It's almost impossible to do on this knife. But if you open it, see, there it goes. It locks it. So that pin goes down into a square hole right there, and that's what locks it open and closed. And it's under spring tension. There's two leaf springs in here, and that's what flings it open. Now to unlock it, you can push it forward and lever it, which unlocks it, which frees the blade. Or you can just push down on it and it does the same exact function. Now, a lot of them are like this. And I don't know, I'm thinking maybe, and it's just a theory, that maybe the stag handle ones, because they're all handmade and that's, hand cut and filed out, maybe they're oversized a little bit, just for clearance, while the ones with the ABS scales on them would be molded and they'd be all exactly the same. These aren't. These are all individually fit and handmade to the knife, one at a time. But that's how that one works. Now, there's another thing in there. If you close it fast, the spring will flick the lever back down if you do it fast. So, but it's almost you can technically you can unlock the blade like this by pushing down, but it's really almost impossible to do on this one, which is good. But then there's this model, which is the Mikov Predator 241, but it has a saw blade on it and a pocket clip. It's a liner lock on the blade or on the saw, so it wouldn't close on you. And it's very sharp. The teeth are pretty cool. Let's see if I can focus on that. It's got good teeth on it. I went out and cut a couple branches with it. That works great. But on this one, let me close this saw. On this one, it works the exact same way. It's a lever lock, same function, everything. Like I'll show you this one too. So see, right there. Whoop, hold on. Right there is the lever, and then the locking system. It works exactly the same way. It has a little pin in it right there. Oh, it's kind of blurry. Right there. So, you flip it up. You open it. And that's, you flip it back down. That locks the blade so it's secure. And you unlock it like that. Or you simply push down on that. And this one's a lot easier to do than the other one. It's easy, so easy that actually I can do it. It opens by pushing it. It's a little bit harder. You've got to have some thumb strength to get it to do that, but it does do it. But it's a lot easier and faster to do it like that. Same way at this one. If you shut it fast, it'll spring back. Well, sometimes. There it goes. I love both these. They're both great. The one with the saw is obviously thicker, which is a little heavier for carrying. This one is way better. But if you're going out to the woods or deer hunting or something, this would be a great one to carry. Functions great. The scales on this one are a lot darker, which, makes sense because, no two antlers are ever going to be the same, ever, like fingerprints. So, but you can see the difference in thickness. Let me get it over here. So there's quite a bit of difference there. But this one just feels really good in the hand. And, everyday use on this one would be perfect. This one, it's great and it feels good in the hand, but it's a little bit thicker, which is not a problem. When you open it, when you're holding it, that saw blade right there is kind of weird. And that pocket clip, it's not bad. It's just different. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to talk about the levers, and everybody's worried that my knife is something wrong with my knives, and I got this one, and then the next day I got this one from two different people, and they both function exactly the same. So I don't know. These are the only two that I've gotten. I don't have any of the ABS ones or the horn or the bone ones. These are the only two I've gotten, and they both function. You can close the blade by just pushing that down. It's not even hard. It's not hard to do at all. It's really easy. So there's those. And on another note, but kind of along the same lines, is this lever lock that I bought first, and it was a AKC knockoff from China, and I bought it from swords.com, and I paid $40 for it, and I was like, well, that's pretty cool. And I got it home, and I opened it one time just like this, and these two pins fell out in my hand. I was like, what this? It was just poorly made. It wasn't fitted very well. The finish wasn't good. It was real squared off, which, that's kind of where they are. They're kind of square. The handles are kind of square and blocky. And it had finger guards up here. Well, I went out, since I'm a knife maker, I went out and made the holes a little bigger, put bigger pins in it, fixed it. And while I was at it, I cut them little cheap finger guards off because they were just little thin pieces of it that were stupid looking. So I ground them off, and then I started sanding and buffing and doing some work on the scales. I got them all smooth and rounded over, cleaned it up a lot, did a little work on the spring. The blade, when I got it, the tip of the blade stuck up about a 1/16 of an inch past the frame. So if you try to put it in your pocket, it'd stick you in the leg or stick you in the side of your pocket. Oh, and also this has a Damascus blade, and this is real Damascus. It's 180 folds, and that's kind of why I bought the knife, But because the tip of the blade was sticking up past the frame, I had to grind the profile down of this to get the tip down below the frame. So I lost almost 1/8 of an inch of length on this blade. This blade was about right here, and now it's back here. But it's underneath the frame now, and there's no snagging there at all. And it works. It's super fast. It works good. Let's see if I don't hit nothing. It's fast. But unless you're skilled at fixing stuff and making things, taking something that's kind of crappy and making it better, I wouldn't recommend buying this one. The money, it's $40. save up a little bit longer and buy one of these, or another high quality brand. Uh, but if you like tinkering with things and making things work, like it's kind of like what I do. Um, it's a good knife. I mean, I wouldn't have paid $40 for it again. I'd pay $40 for it now, but I've done a lot of work to it, and it's like I said. I don't know if I can do this. Hold on. It's it's fast. Now this lever lock is a little bit different than the Mikov's. Um, this lever, you push it forward, and that's your safety, I guess. And you pull this one back to make it work. Let me get my camera back in there, like I had it. So this same principle, it just works backwards from the Mikov's. It's got a lever right there, and it works on a spring right there. This spring is exposed, and let's see if I get this focused. There's a little pin right there that goes down in there and locks it. So if I hold the blade, you can see how it works, just like that. Now when you flip it forward, you can't do nothing. So that's your safety, I guess. That's how you would put it in your pocket. But anyway, pretty cool knives. These Mikovs, I highly recommend without any hesitation at all. They're worth every penny. They're a little bit expensive, but you get what you pay for, like anything else in life. So I don't know if I clarified anything on the locks on them or not, but I hope I did. Anyway, I appreciate y'all watching again, and hope I didn't bore you too much. Got any comments or anything, just let me know. Well, I'll answer the best I can. Thanks for watching.